years now, authoritarian parenting has been a common practice in many households. However, many are not knowledgeable about the effects that it has on children and why you should not be using it in your house. My name is MaKayla and today we will be talking about what authoritarian parenting is, why you should not be using it when parenting your children, and how you can use alternatives. So the main question is, what is authoritarian parenting? Authoritarian parenting is an extremely strict form of parenting in which the rules are expected to be followed and there is no discussion or compromising. Why do most parents choose to use an authoritarian parenting style? Because this is the way that they are raised. As I said previously, for many years this has just been the way that multiple people were raised and how it was practiced in their households. Because it's the way parenting is done in their culture or religion, or because they believe that it is the best way to keep their kids in line. Many think that the stricter they are with their kids, the more likely they are to listen. However, research has been done that shows that this isn't true, which leads me to my next topic. Some examples of authoritarian parenting are setting rules and having high expectations but not communicating with your children why those expectations are necessary or asking them how they feel about them. Another use of authoritarian parenting is using language like because I'm the parent or because I said so. This gives kids the idea that power is the only way to get what you want done. And finally, using physical punishments like spanking, hitting, or emotionally manipulative like saying I'm not going to talk to you, you're giving your kid the silent treatment, or using timeouts for excessively long amounts of time. So why you shouldn't use an authoritarian parenting style. Authoritarian parenting styles often lead to secretive relationships between kids and parents. Just because you don't have clear communication with your kid doesn't mean that they're not going to act out. And according to this quote, they have to be sneaky because coming out to you is pointless or it'll just make you pull the reins tighter. This just shows that kids believe that if they do ask you if they can do something, or if they do something and they don't think that you'll approve, they won't tell you. And the other quote is, studies show that children raised with strict parenting tend to be more angry and rebellious teenagers and adults. You know the saying, strict parents create sneaky kids. That is definitely true. Authoritarian parenting also leads to social issues. Kids that grow up in authoritarian parenting households often tend to be more shy. They're also unable to think for themselves because they've been told for so many years what's expected of them and what they have to do. They often conform to others or become followers instead of leaders. Also, kids with authoritarian parenting styles often have self-esteem issues. Emphasis on cause and consequence hinders a child's natural ability to make choices, and when children don't have the ability to make choices for themselves, they don't know whether they are successful or unsuccessful, and this leads to self-esteem issues. Also, children who develop their confidence through appraisal from their parents often have self-esteem issues because they're looking for that constant reassurance. So there are multiple alternatives to authoritarian parenting. There's 4 different types of parenting styles. There's permissive parenting, authoritative parenting, and involved parenting, and obviously authoritarian parenting. So permissive parenting is the first one. This is where parents are not super involved with their children. They kind of let them do what they want to do and be themselves. This allows children to learn and explore and learn their own lessons in life. However, it can also lead to no clear boundaries and kids having listening issues because they don't think that they need to follow the rules when they are given to them. The next style of parenting is uninvolved parenting. This is where parents do not pay much attention to their child. They provide only the basics, food, water, shelter for their children, but they don't really provide rules for them or communicate with them at all. And the last other parenting style is the authoritative parenting style. This has been named the best parenting style by psychologists because it creates a clear communication between parent and child, and it also lets children talk about why they have set rules or how they feel about the rules with their parents. So obviously the right option according to the psychologists is to use authoritative parenting, it creates that open relationship between children and their parents. Any questions?